Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Please, ma, would like to know you.
I'm Olori Aderonke Ademiluyi Ogunwusi, and I'm the wife of His Imperial Majesty, the OONI of Ife, Olori Adeyeyi Ogunwusi.
Okay, ma. Today we are here to witness the first inaugural conference of Oloris to mark Black Women's History Month. What informed this idea?
It's one of the many projects that I do. I'm the founder of Africa Fashion Week London. I'm the founder of Africa Fashion Week Nigeria. I'm the co-founder of the Africa Fashion Week Brazil. I'm the CEO of the Adira Oduduwa Textile Hub. I'm the vice chairman of the House of Oduduwa Foundation. I'm the global ambassador of the INAUGURAL initiative of His Imperial Majesty, and I'm also the global ambassador of QMA, which gave birth to the program that we're having today. QMA is the Queen Moremi Ajashoro initiative that was set up in 2016 by His Imperial Majesty the OONI of Ife, and it's the program, it's the platform that His Majesty uses to support the rights of the girl child, to advocate for rights of women in Nigeria, and we have so many things we do under the QMA initiative, and today is one of the projects, the Conference of the Oloris in celebration of Women's History Month 2023.
Okay, thank you, ma. Now we all know you as our African Adire ambassador. Why Adire, ma? Where did the vision come from?
Adira is our heritage. Adira is something that we own. A lot of people do not know that Ankara does not belong to us. Ankara was adopted by us. It actually belongs to the Indonesians. However, Adire is our own, fabric of pride. Adire started as an enterprise. It was an inspiration from Olodumare to Orunmila when he wanted to start an enterprise, when he needed, to create wealth. And he was the first person who put patterns on cloth, and started using it as an enterprise. So anybody who goes into making, selling, learning Adire can never be poor, because the origin of Adire was conceptualized as a wealth creation, a job creation project.
Okay, ma. The empowerment program for youth at the Hardware Hub. How many youths have graduated from this program?
Since our inception in 2021, and we have a sponsorship program that is sponsored by the OONI of Ife, where women and youth, we empower them with the vocational skill of learning how to make adire. We teach them the adire lepo. We teach them the adire oniko. We teach them the adire alabella. And we teach them the adire. We teach so many skills of adire, and I can say directly and indirectly we must have taught over 500 people, because when we train people in making adire, they also go to their local communities and become a trainer there. So the ripple effect of us training one person and then going back to train other people, I'll say directly and indirectly, up to 500 people. But we don't only stop there. The best of our trainees, we empower them with startup funds. Some of our trainees are now working with us in the hub and have full-time employment as well. So we do so many things under the Adire Vocational Skill Training Program.
What more are we to expect from Olori Aderonke Ademiluyi Ogunwusi?
For me, I think the sky is just the beginning, not the limit, because I draw my inspiration from the creator, of all creations, who is Almighty God. If you look at the species of animals, the different human beings, the planets, his creation is unimaginable. You cannot even imagine how big his creation is. And if he's my father, if I was, according to the Bible, I was made in his image, then my own creation should be able to run wild as well. My own creation should have no boundaries. If you look around you today, everything around us, from what you're wearing to the chair you're sitting on to the cameras that you're using, to the stand, everything was created. Nothing happened by accident. So for me, my creation for me has just started. I've been doing the Africa Fashion Week London for 13 years, Africa Fashion Week Nigeria for 9 years. We're taking Africa Fashion Week to Brazil this year, our first edition in Brazil with African designers. We're going to Paris, we're going to Scotland, we're going to so many other African countries promoting African fashion. African fashion is like a revolution. It's a fashion revolution. It is here to stay. Unlike decades ago, where people used to shy away from African fashion, nobody wanted to wear Adira, nobody wanted to wear Ankara. Right now, celebrities who are not even Africans, celebrities who are not even Nigerians, are embracing our own, cultural fabric. And African fashion has moved away from, the traditional attires that it was before. Now it's made into everyday outfits. Our designers are doing phenomenal things with our fabrics, our ashoke, our kente, our adire, and even our Ankara that's not ours as well. So for me, my creation has no boundaries. It's limitless because I draw my inspiration from Almighty God, the creator of all creations.
Okay, ma. So we are made to understand that African Fashion Week is coming up in Brazil in May. So let's know more about that.
Okay, so we decided to launch Africa Fashion Week Brazil in May, but it's been something that has been ongoing. In 2018, I was, I had the privilege of escorting His Imperial Majesty to Brazil. Brazil is the most populous black nation in the world after Nigeria. It has up to 90 million black people of African descent, actually, I would say of Yoruba ancestry, because the Yoruba culture in Brazil is phenomenal. You get there, you're walking on the street, you see people that look like you, and these are people that have never been to Africa or been to Nigeria before. And that was due to the transatlantic, slave trade that happened, where so many people were taken from Africa, to the West. And then, they settled in countries like the Caribbean, Brazil, and a few African countries like France as well. But back to what you asked, why are we taking it to Brazil and why Brazil? It will enable us, to connect with our brothers and sisters who are there. It will enable us to exchange, the culture we have here and the culture that they have preserved over there. Because when our fashion designers come on the runway, they don't just come with fashion, they tell their stories. When they put their fabrics on the runway, there's always a history. There's a storytelling behind each outfit that they put on the runway. And Brazil, for me, I can say is going to be like second home to us. We went to Brazil again a couple of weeks ago with His Imperial Majesty, the Owner of Ife, and the way the way they have embraced the Euro culture. We met with President Lula, who His Majesty decorated as an Omo Oduduwa. The wife of the President of Brazil calls His Imperial Majesty Babami. So they have embraced our culture. And Brazil, I said, is just going to be like home to us. We've got the endorsement of the Nigerian High Commission in Brazil because we're privileged to meet His Excellency, the Ambassador, as well, and who has brought in, he's brought into, the Africa Fashion Week Brazil project.
Thank you very much, Olori. Please give our regards to Kabiesi.
I will thank